Bonnie and Sarah. Hello, hope you've had a good day. Today we're going to read another story for you from the Magic House series written in 1982 by Joe Austen. And this one is called Sam Spade's Gigantic Garden. And I've chosen this story today because two people asked for this one. So my little friend Miles at preschool, hi Miles, asked for this story, and also my little brother asked if we could read this story today. My little brother is little because he's 10 years younger than me, but he's not really very little. He's very, very tall. He's taller than me. He's about 6'4", 6'5", I think. So my little brother remembers us reading these stories when we were little. So today he's asked for Sam Spade's Gigantic Garden. So we're going to read this one, Bonnie? Sam Spade? Okay. Ready then? Let's have a read. Sam Spade's Gigantic Garden. Once there was a magic house where everything was alive. The teapot and the kettle and the pot and the clocks and the lamp and the bin. And in the garden there was a wishing well. Sam Spade was very worried. Nothing in his garden ever seemed to grow fast enough. The vegetables were too small, there were no flowers in bloom and no fruit on the trees. Then Sam had an idea. I know, he said, I'll ask H.G. Well to help me. He's a wise old wishing well who can do things by magic. Perhaps he can make my garden grow faster. Well, said H.G. Well. Why don't you let the sun shine and the rain fall and the garden will grow in its own good time? Oh, please give me some magic to make it grow, said Sam. Very well, said H.G. Well. Take a bucket of water from me and sprinkle a few drops on your garden. But don't use too much because it's magic water and a little magic goes a long way. Don't you worry, said Sam. I'll remember. A little magic goes a long way. And he took a bucket of water from H.G. Well and went to try some of it in his garden. At first he was very careful. He let one drop of magic water fall on a potato. Then he waited to see what would happen. He didn't have to wait long. The potato moved a little bit, and then suddenly it grew bigger and bigger and bigger until it was so big that Sam could hardly lift it. Everyone was amazed when Sam staggered into the magic house with the enormous potato. That's nothing, said Sam. Come outside and see what else I can do. Uncle Teapot, Peasy Pot, Barney Bin and Teddy Chair followed Sam outside. Watch this, said Sam, and he dropped a spot of magic water onto a strawberry. What do you think will happen? The strawberry made a tiny movement, so tiny that you could hardly see it at first. Then suddenly it grew bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was the biggest and most delicious looking strawberry that anyone had ever seen. It was so big that it took 3 of them to carry it into the magic house. It's wonderful, they said. Sam Spade is the best gardener in all the world. Oh, that's nothing, said Sam. Watch what else I can do. And he marched about the garden, sloshing magic water everywhere, forgetting H.G. Wells' warning to only use it in little drops. At once the magic began to work. Things started to grow everywhere with amazing speed. Mushrooms shot up like huge umbrellas and flowers sprouted overhead. Onions and carrots and turnips and carriages burst out of the ground so fast that it felt like an earthquake. Uncle Teapot was jabbed by a thistle. PC Pot was shoved by a sprout. Do you like Brussels sprouts? They grow on stalks. They're really interesting when they grow. Sam Spade himself was caught up in the branches of a giant apple tree which shot into the sky so fast that he felt like he were being whisked up in a rocket. "Help, help," he shouted as enormous apples tumbled to the ground. "Somebody save me!" Oh, doesn't look very happy. But the others were too busy with troubles of their own. They ran inside the magic house to take cover, leaving Sam stranded high above in the branches of the giant apple tree. "What have I done?" said Sam as he looked down at the garden far below him, growing so fast that it soon covered the magic house. "Why didn't I listen when H.G. Wells warned me about the magic?" "Perhaps you'll listen now," said H.G. Wells from far below. "I told you to leave the rain and the garden to the sun, and the rain and the things would grow in their own time." "I've learned my lesson," said Sam. "Please make the garden back as it was." Can you see him? "I'll see what I can do," said H.G. Wells, and with a wave of his magic wand he brought rain clouds rushing across the sky to burst in a great shower over the magic house. Sam Spade was soaked in the shower too as he clung to his tree, but he didn't really mind, for he could see that as the rain fell on the giant plants, it made them shrink and shrivel and dwindle until they became smaller and smaller and smaller. And as fast as they had grown up, they shrank again until the garden of the magic house was exactly as before, with all the vegetables and flowers and fruit once more their normal size. Or nearly all, for the giant potato and the giant strawberry inside the magic house had not been rained on and were just as big as ever. The giant potato was enough to keep them in chips and crisps and mashed potato for 6 weeks. The strawberry was big enough to make 30 pies, 40 tarts and 60 pots of jam. "Yum, yum," said Sam as he munched the chips and tarts. "This proves a little magic does go a long way. And so do these chips and lovely strawberry tarts." And that's the end. So I've got some things today. Bonnie's having a wash again. I've got some things today because Sam Spade is green. So the sign for green is green. So I'm wearing green today, and Bonnie and I have been on a little green hunt. Haven't we? We've been on a little green hunt around the house. So we were wondering, can you find green things in your house? So I'll show you what we found. We found one of the preschool towels is green, and tissues, they're green, and my first aid box is green. What is it, Bonnie? Like it? And oh, my milk is green. You see the cow on there, Bonnie? And I have a green paintbrush and a green pen. And one last thing, have a green balloon. No, Bonnie. Why don't you have a look and see if you can find something that is green?